Hello dear friends, today we have second lesson in financial service marketing, and this lesson is entitled as Segmentation and Targeting. So when we go to financial service market and watch practical things and so analyze theories and read articles, we can be surprised because many financial service marketers say very interesting thing. This is like about happy customers, and marketers think that happy customers are not always profitable or loyal customers. So by this comment and by this question, are happy customers loyal and profitable customers for financial service organizations? I'm starting the lesson number 2. My name is Professor Kakhaber Djakeli, and we are speaking about financial marketing. So what kind of things we are taking into consideration when we start to segment financial markets? So generally we can say that segmentation is one of the basic marketing strategy. The whole marketing is nothing more than 4 great stages. First one, this is segmentation. The next one, this is targeting. The third stage is differentiation, and the last stage is positioning. So first stage, segmentation, is one of the basic stages. So are the companies, especially financial service organizations, do segmentation properly? So we can say from a lot of experiences gathered by financial service marketers that many financial companies, they don't take full advantage of segmentation strategies to improve their current effectiveness. Most institutional sales executives, they work through personal industry contacts and through industry gatherings, thus segmenting on a de facto basis by industry, what is also popular among financial service organizations and their best persons, sales agents, and some kind of other type of managers. So for example, bond salesperson will tend to know and interact with others in the bond industry. Segmenting, we know, means answering the following questions. Which organizations do business with your company? Can you divide customers into who needs cultivation and into which are already solid ones? Can clients be analyzed through this kind of questions or not? So this is beginning point of segmentation. And what I want to add, what is the segmentation? Segmentation is some kind of division of customers according similarities and differences. We can find a lot of similarities and we can find a lot of differences, and so we can segment customers into some kind of very interesting and sensible groups of people who love products of our industries or who think about some kind of solutions through the products and services of our industry and our company. So can clients be segmented by current and potential future profitability, allowing sales force to spend 20% of time on 80% of customers and have 20% of profit from 80% of customers or 80% of profit from 20% of customers? This is great question in any kind of commercial activities, especially in financial service marketing. So which prospective customers do business with our organization, and which prospective customers do business with our competitors? So what is the gap? What can be changed to attract those customers having great contacts and great links to our competitors? This is one of the wonderful questions what can be used in segmentation approach. So many prospects have very little time to think about alternatives. A group within a large institutional brokerage company invented a new type of institutional cash fund. So their segmentation strategy was limit personal clients geographically, concentrate on the middle market, and select larger institutions. So when we speak about financial services, we should understand how these financial services sold in our current time. So they are sold through personal contacts, they are sold through referrals, and they are sold through serendipity of financial service managers and sales agents. So when we speak about financial services, we should not forget one of the very essential pyramids of financial service marketing. This pyramid has many stages. The first stage, so the basic stage, this is like cash availability. So right now we are speaking about financial services. What people want in financial services? What is the hierarchy of needs to financial services? So first of all, people want cash. So beside cash, they want also other kind of things. And this is risk management, this is emergency cash reserves and foundation products. So they want to grow and they want risk and task protection. So what about we should think when we are speaking about cash availability? So people want cash in different situations. Sometimes they are in a desert place. Sometimes they are in some kind of very nice beach. They want cash. Sometimes midnight they want cash. So financial organizations, they should try to satisfy geographically people's need to the cash. If financial service organizations, especially banks, they don't think about this, so they lose in the process of the competition. So beside cash availability, financial service organizations should think about hierarchy of other needs of customers to financial service organizations and financial products and financial services. First of all, this is risk management. For risk management, clients, they go to insurance companies. Sometimes they go to risk management organizations. So emergency cash reserves everybody wants to have, and people have emergency cash reserves in different types of organizations, especially in banks. So foundation products, so that means that they store their money, they store their financial some kind of power to some organizations. So they want to grow. To grow, they want some additional profits. So they invest money in bills, stocks, bonds, securities. So they flourish and they have some kind of additional income. So their family, their personality has great demand to new and new financial waves, financial investments. They invest money to take these available sources back and to use them properly in different situations. So for growth, people do a lot of things. They travel, they rise a lot of great ideas. So they think about to have more income in future, more profit in future. This is the great need to grow, and this need to grow financial service organizations should take into consideration all the time. So once when I was walking in the streets of Germany, in very nice, beautiful city, Hanover, I was stopped by some kind of proponents of some organization, and they offered me new product of life insurance company, and this new product was entitled as a so great chance to make your grandchildren millionaires. So this big title was used by them to promote this kind of new service of financial service organization, especially life insurer organization. So I like this idea, and so I even offered them to help them properly to plan the communication of this great and new health insurance product. So this product already speaks about itself. So this product already so promising to others to make their grandchildren millionaires if these people they so save their money to that kind of insurance, to that kind of health insurance organization. So this is the great product directly established for growth, for need of growth from interesting and very essential market of the people who think how to have more additional financial sources in future. So this hierarchy of financial needs we should take into consideration, and first of all we are speaking how to start to speak with customers. And this kind of thing is segmentation through referrals. What is the segmentation through referrals? So this example is very simple. Financial advisor of Indian origin has contacts to the people from India. And for example, this financial advisor of Indian origin gives an investment plan to physician of Indian origin, and also colleagues of this kind of physician of Indian origin, they are very happy and they have information about this kind of product and they are involved. So advisor decides to target this group systematically, and so already we go from segmentation into targeting. And financial advisor thinks about how to target all these group of Indian physicians in one of the states of the United States. And after that, he thinks about how to establish conference, how to speak with people of Indian origin in the sector of American healthcare. Finally, after some period, these financial advisors start financial magazine for Indian professionals in the United States because they have profits, they have great earning capacities. So they should save their money in somewhere. They should do something to their money in some kind of places. So what is the success formula for segmentation through referrals and targeting through referrals. The formula is simple, like to find people who are more relative to us and trust us really well. So offer them some kind of easily reached products, and so make them happy and try to involve so other groups of people from the same social caste or social group or social class. So this is really some kind of subculture of the United States. So these subcultures are very interesting for referral segmentation and referral targeting. Finally, we grow and we understand that these people should be well understood, and we finally offer them something interesting, amazing, and increase their trust to our products and our services. So first of all, we have some kind of list of potential customers. We should limit the list of potential clients geographically, not to travel extensively, not to communicate extensively. So what we do in that kind of situation, we try to decrease costs of communication and costs of traveling. So we try to improve value of the product, value of our business. We concentrate on the middle market and select larger institutions, select larger group of customers, or select some of interesting people whom we have trust and who have trust to us. So this is referral segmentation and referral targeting. Targeting helps you identify the media that best reach your segments. Targeting helps build referral business. How many segments are enough? This is one of the best questions. As many as you need. And in that kind of situation, we should try to understand and use the example of one of the best financial service organization, what was one of the smallest one, and this organization became larger financial service organization offering credit cards. So this is Capital One, went from being small, unknown, to world's largest and most profitable credit card organizations. So very shortly, what is the case of Capital One? Company is a pioneer in customer segmentation using profitability analysis, which segment to target, to tailor its product to the appropriate customers and ensure that each customer is serviced efficiently and profitably. Capital One ran 45,000 marketing tests and selected thousands and thousands marketing segments, and so selected great segments, and through these segments this organization became one of the most profitable one. So targeting, once again I want to speak about targeting. Targeting increasing potential return of your marketing dollars. When you buy a mailing list, once again you should think properly what kind of people to take out from this mailing list and how to limit to this mailing list to improve and increase value of your product. So targeting avoids you from wastes. Average direct mail, for example, offer sent to people today gets less than 2% response from final customers. Can you imagine the situation that we are sending some kind of direct mail to people and only 2% from them is responsive? This is very bad. This is low value of our product. What we should do to improve value, to increase value of our business, we should try to improve and increase effectiveness of direct mail. So what we are doing in that kind of situation, so we target properly to the people who can be more interested to our offering. So we should find people, we should make marketing research, try to analyze this kind of situation, and we should find people who are more mature to our offerings. In that kind of case, response rate, for example, from direct mail will rise to 10% and more. This is already high value of our business. So we should try to achieve high value of our business. This is the target, really. Best methods of segmentation are objective methods of segmentation, and here we should take into consideration demographic segmentation, what is very easily done by a lot of financial companies. For example, Wells Fargo makes online service more accessible to the blind and visually impaired persons. HSBC, one of the greatest banks, offered home mortgage-like product for Muslims. We know that Muslims, they have from their Sharia law, so some kind of limitations to take products and pay interest rates. So, and this kind of Sharia law was really well used by Islamic banks, and they offered to Muslims some kind of credits without interest rate, and they have really this kind of situation. Then they are they should be avoided to take interest rates and give interest rates back. So that means that HSBC already entrenched in this kind of market of Islamic banks, and HSBC watched one of the great and nice segment of Islamic banks and people who are Muslims, and offered them the same product as Islamic banks do for their people, for their customers. So HSBC has great chances to take one of the biggest segments from this kind of market of Muslim people. So age-based segmentation is one of the wonderful, and it can be used in different kind of ways. So we understand that different groups of people, they have different attitudes to financial services, especially. For example, consider price more important than brand. Who considers price more important than brand? Generation Y or seniors? Really, Generation Y. So Generation Y, they have more passion to low prices than to brands, rather than seniors who have more passion to brands than to low prices. Also, who prefers dealing with people? When you are going to bank, when you are going to insurance company or some kind of financial service advising organization, financial service advisor, what is better for you, to deal with people or deal with electro gadgets? So Generation Y is not willing to deal with people. So they think that online communication is enough. But seniors, they like to deal with people, they like to interact with people. So they prefer dealing with people. And so we should have for them great advisors. face-to-face advisors. We should think about verbal communications to students. And also, who relies more on recommendations? Really, Generation Y. Generation Y likes recommendations. They like experts. So, but they can receive these recommendations also online. That means that this is a lot of differences between generations. And that's why age-based segmentation can be used really well by financial service organizations. When we continue to speak about segmentation and targeting, first of all, this is really very easy thing, geographical segmentation for financial service organizations. I want to say in my case about Fifth Third Bank. I worked at Kennesaw State University and I had my compensation, my salary to take in very nice, very important, one of the essential bank for this state, for Georgia, what was Fifth Third Bank. So itself, bank was wonderful, amazing. It was very nice, Victorian style buildings, and one of the gentle type of communication inside the bank office. So I was really surprised. This was wonderful. But what was the problem? So this bank has branches and offices only in Georgia and in some kind of other states of the United States, but I couldn't find any filial, any branch of this financial service organization in Europe. So that's why I was thinking that if you are from hard-working, middle class, all times you should find bank what has a lot of filials, a lot of branches in different parts of the world. So I came back to my country. I wanted once again to go to this bank to say great thanks, or to go to the one of the branches and say great thanks, but I was trying to find their branch not only in my country but in my neighborhood countries, in Turkey, in the Ukraine, in Azerbaijan, Baku, for example, but I couldn't find any kind of branches of this bank to say thank you very much. So that's why I'm thinking that people from hard-working middle classes and professors, they are hard-working middle class members really, because they work really hard and they sleep less, and all times they write something, they try to implement new ideas, so they are really hard-working society. And they should have banks having a lot of filials and branches around the world, because professors themselves also, they travel a lot and they have dream to deliver their courses to different universities, and so they are happy in that kind of situation. So for professors, I think bigger banks are more appropriate than small banks having only 50 branches in one kind of state of the United States, for example. Life cycle segmentation. So life cycle segmentation is one of the best things, but life cycle should be taken into consideration. So sometimes we are already in mature stage of life cycle. That means that we have big family. To have big family, you need a lot of financial services. So, and we are fully involved into financial service market in that kind of case. We will speak about this. So the first job segmentation is one of the great beginning of life cycle segmentation. First job, can you imagine that? 16 years old, 15 years old, 17 years old people, they have first job in different organizations. So, and for them, MasterCard and Visa established one of the wonderful products. So this is MasterCard and Visa card, entitled as stored value cards, They are for people, especially having first job, young population, young persons who have their job in fast food restaurants. So this is great. So they are very happy in that kind of situation. And they have a lot of offerings from MasterCard and Visa card and a lot of very interesting, attractive things. About psychographic clusters. So psychographic clusters, they are really one of the best and interesting things. They are done professionally by great marketing organizations. So, and about these psychographic clusters, we can say that these lifestyles and different types of lifestyle, together with profitability of different social groups and life cycles together, they give us big psychographic clusters, together with purchasing behavior of these kind of groups. And so this is done by Nielsen organization and other organizations. They are offering one of the best segmentation of financial service customers. So customer value segmentation is one of the best things what we should take into consideration. Happy customers, once again, I want to repeat, they are not always loyal customers. And what makes them to be loyal? What makes them to continue to be our customer? If we have psychographic segmentation and we also plus here profitability data about these people, finally we understand customer value segmentation. We segment them according to values, and so we offer them proper products and appropriate financial services. So what to do right now to understand well this segmentation and what to offer to people to start segmentation? First of all, they should measure market potential, they should measure sales potential, they should understand competition, they should understand the situation when some kind of social groups, they are easy to reach. And cost of communication is very essential, and fit to organization objectives. We should understand how this kind of segments, this kind of groups of people, they fit to our organizational objectives. Finally, I want to say a little about segmentation checklist, what has one of the best role in the process of segmentation. And this segmentation checklist has several great principles, and these principles are the following. So, do we have demographic variables into consideration? Do we think about financial variables? What kind of role geographic variables have in the process of segmentation? What about life cycle variables? What about product service needs? What about attitudes of different groups towards the products and financial services? What about buying behavior of different groups to financial services? And what about belonging to social class, professional groups and networks? What about media? How media can be used? And what is the ability of media to reach these different segments and different social groups? And about responsive marketing approaches. How final customers, how prospective customers and after the final customers, they respond to different types of marketing approaches, different kinds of marketing communications, and what is market potential at all. So finally, we should understand that we should find 20% of customers who will buy 80% of financial services or financial products of our organization. So social and economic factors, they affect customers. Right now in 21st century, it should be taken also into consideration. First of all, we have more mature customers. Also, we have female-dominated markets. We have earned and inherited wealth, what is growing. And so we have little cynicism to loyalty. People are more cynics, or they are more skeptics to loyalty to financial organizations and financial services. So all these things, they should be taken into consideration, and life cycle stages also. For example, 2030s financial stability needs so should be taken into consideration. That means that from 20 to 30, all kinds of people, they seek sustainability, financial stability. From mid-30 to mid-40s, people want to have financial freedom, and so banks and financial service organizations should think about what to offer them to improve their financial freedom. From mid-40s to mid-50s, children usually leave homes, and so people, parents, they live easily. They move to smaller houses, they move to some kind of suburbs. So, and this should be taken into consideration by financial service organizations. Mid-50s to mid-60s, people have financial prosperity. These same guys who moved 10 years ago from the center to suburbs, to very nice, flourishing, green suburbs. Right now they understand that they have great financial prosperity. So, and they think about some kind of investment, some kind of active or passive investment. And from mid-60s, after some kind of point, they want peaceful life. Especially, this is very Western type of thinking. In Eastern type of thinking, mid-60s to so following ages, people have survival. They have very hard life, and so they are not thinking about the same things. Western, so age population is thinking in the current situation in our century. So in that kind of situation, if financial service organizations, they understood well segmentation, and they know well how to target these kind of groups, all types of financial service customers, in any kind of life cycle, in any kind of demographic or geographic or psychographic segments, can be used well for sustainable profitability, not only of financial service organization, but also the customer. So we should find here mutual profitability as a main principle in great communication of financial service organization to its own customer. So accordingly, we think about our financial service markets. Accordingly, we think about some kind of limitations of these markets and plan future of financial service organization. So I want to finish this lesson number 2 and wish you very nice